Okay, the customer requested that we run the Cranberry sample through the Kice Waterfall type aspirator. So we're going to make a video doing that. Again, I want to show you what we're starting with. This is the ground up and dried cranberry sample. And there's little seeds in there that we want to separate out. We want to get rid of all these flakes out of the seed as much as we can. And how this machine works is the product is introduced into the hopper and it cascades through this air column here down into the bucket below. The seeds, we want the seeds to fall into that bucket, and then what happens is the flakes get sucked up this column and into the cyclone where they discharge down below once we lower that trap door and put a pan down there to catch it. I have the air turned down to 5 on the little readout here. This is because these flakes and the seeds are so light. I ran a couple of trial runs before making the video. I noticed if it was up too high, you would get a lot of good seeds falling into the pan below the cyclone. We want to leave as many seeds in the sample that would be discharging into this bucket below here as possible. This is looking at the hopper. On this small office unit, it has a cut gate that you can open and allow the product to enter the air column. On the larger units, especially with something that's real fluffy like this sample, you're going to need a vibrating feeder going into the hopper and down into the air column so that you get an even, consistent feed. With these units, a even, consistent feed is going to be essential to having a good separation. On the fractionating aspirator, in that video, you'll notice it has a metering roll, and that's what gives it its even and consistent feed. So this one would need like a vibrating feeder above it to feed the product in there at a consistent rate. Okay, so I have the product in the hopper. I'm going to go ahead and turn the unit on. We've got our air already set up. You will notice the air pressure gauge is about right there, indicating where we need to be with this sample. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce it into the column, and you can watch it. We don't want to feed it too fast, but with this being a trap door, it's kind of hard to keep a consistent feed. But we're just running a sample here, so this will give us an idea of what a big unit will do with a feeder. I wanted to make a note here. When I'm introducing it, you can see how the seeds fall and the lighter material stays on that top edge right there. And then it stays there, and then it is sucked up into the cyclone. That's how it's going to work in the larger units. The seeds just keep falling down. You can see basically when you get down here, you're dealing with just seeds, and the light stuff is sucked up at the top part of the column. There's your light stuff. I'm going to go ahead and finish running this, and then at the end I will show you the results. Okay, this is showing the results of the Kice Waterfall aspirator test on the ground up cranberries. We have the lights over here. I really don't see a whole lot of seeds, if any, in this, so that's good. And you have your heavies over here. There is just a few flakes that got through, some of the lighter flakes. But again, I believe that this would be even better if you had a good vibrating feeder above it, helping make it a consistent feed into the air column. So I'm going to bag this up and send it to the customer.